Welcome to this special edition of iCave Answers, which is exclusively for Randomness R, and in this video we are asking basically about everything. Why isn't it bigger? Want the latest Apple news, leaks and rumours? Subscribe and ring the bell. First up, Randomness R asks, iCave Answers, do we see the dynamic island on iPad Pro this October or on MacBooks? And no is basically the answer to this, unfortunately. I did ask Ross Young, and he has seen absolutely no evidence that the dynamic island would be coming to either the iPads or MacBooks, and obviously Ross Young, Ross Displayman, is the guy that sees everything that's going on basically in the display industry behind the scenes, so he's looking at the panels that are going to be ending up in these products. He has seen absolutely no evidence of cutouts for dynamic islands, whether that's landscape or portrait on iPads, so don't hold your breath. These are not going to be coming anytime soon. Now, I do think that this is something that Apple might look at doing in the future. I think it's just a little bit early in the cycle when they've just introduced it on the very top end iPhones only. I think we are going to be looking at a couple more generations, probably 2 more generations of MacBooks, maybe coming to iPad Pro in 2023, maybe. Randomness R asks, iCave Answers, when will Apple allow us to hear music or video audio through the Apple Watch speakers? There's a YouTube app on the watch. Sometimes I like stuff playing in the background. I don't think ever. I genuinely don't think that Apple wants you to be watching videos or consuming content basically through the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch is designed to be a fitness tracker. It's designed to be a notification machine. Is designed for kind of very quick interactions. It is not a device that Apple has intended for consuming content on. Even things like Instagram, you can get a very quick sort of preview of a photograph as notifications come in, but you don't get to watch videos on there. I know that there are some apps out there where people are trying to sort of force YouTube playback onto it. I don't get why. It's a terrible experience to actually watch a video on your wrist, on that tiny little screen. The speaker in it is going to absolutely suck compared to your iPhone. Does it not make more sense to just pop your AirPods in and, you know, if you really want to play a YouTube video in the background, stick the phone in your pocket, let it play away. If you don't want to pay for YouTube Premium, which is a really good product, and it's a very good value, I think, for $10 a month to be able to basically play any of your YouTube videos in the background with the screen locked and still be able to hear the audio. However, I know it's not for everyone. I know people haven't necessarily got $10 to just throw at the wall to be able to watch YouTube in the background, but you can put your phone in your pocket with the video playing, and that also works. But I would say that the Apple Watch screen just is not going to be a good experience for watching, consuming content. Doesn't really make sense. There's also a reason Apple isn't putting cameras in there. It's not a FaceTime device. It's not a spy watch. It's designed to be a fitness tracker and like a sort of personal assistant on your wrist, not content consumption device. Randomness R asks, iCave Answers, when is macOS Ventura dropping? Now, we do have some news on this. It's probably going to be October 24th. That is the date that we're hearing for the iPad OS 16 coming, which potentially means that that's the week that we'll be getting any events that we are getting. I know Sam Cole did a video saying that he is now kind of agreeing with Mark Gurman that he doesn't think there will be an event this year, but because basically we haven't already had the invites. Now, I would say it's more likely that they would come next week if that's the case, because I don't think this is going to be an in-person event. Everyone said that, you know, there's not a great deal of hardware. Are they going to just introduce the new Macs as a press release? I don't see that happening when it is going to be a brand new chip, the M2 Pro and M2 Max chips. I don't see them just dropping those as a press release. I think there will be a digital only event. I don't think they're going to invite people to Cupertino for this one, but I think with that being the case, I don't think they need to give the 2 weeks notice that they've given in the past. I think they can give the 1 week's notice, because you're not going to need hands-on with a laptop that is basically the same as we have right now, apart from the chip inside. However, you do want to introduce the chip properly. As such, I think it's quite possible that they would do a 1 week notice on this, not have an in-person element to it, not invite people to come and watch the video. I think maybe they've had some feedback from the last 2 events that being there in person to watch a video is a bit pointless, and especially when there isn't any different looking hardware that people need to be able to film B-roll with and that kind of thing. Yeah, it doesn't really make too much sense, but that is when I would expect. I think October the 24th, that's when we're likely to get our macOS Ventura. There's been no real issues with Ventura in the same way that there has with iPadOS 16 has had. It's not been particularly buggy. I haven't had any issues using it on the Mac Mini. However, the MacBook Air that I've been using is still on the previous version, which is Monterey, which is, you know, the main stable release right now. Just the Mac Mini has been my Ventura machine. Randomness asks, iCave answers, any possibility of getting a MacBook Air Ultra? What would it look like? Maybe a 16 to 18 inch screen? Your thoughts? No, we're not going to get laptops that are that big. I don't think we're going to get 18 inch MacBook Pros. We're certainly not going to get them in the Airs. Bear in mind the biggest MacBook Air you can get right now is 13.6 inches, which is the one that I use. I don't think we're going to be getting a 16 to 18 inch version. There have been rumours of a 15 inch. These are still not confirmed by anyone. There's been no real evidence of this coming out. There has been some supply chain stuff that's been sort of rumoured, but then we haven't heard anything from Ross Young about those for a while either. So I don't think you should be holding your breath for this at all. Also, if you were going to do an Ultra, you would do it from the MacBook Pro line. You wouldn't do it from the MacBook Air line. That doesn't make any sense at all to me. And I really don't think people want laptops that are this big. The displays are such high resolution now. Everyone says that the sweet spot for the MacBook Pro is in fact the 14 inch as well. 16 inch doesn't sell anywhere near as well. The 13 inch MacBook Air is the biggest selling laptop that Apple does. I understand that some people need a bigger display in terms of accessibility. That makes sense. But I would say for those people, it's probably better to hook up to a large external display and then scale stuff when you're out and about using your laptop. I'm going to try and bring back the Friday night live streams that we've been doing for a while. So last Apple Week Tonight is coming back this Friday. So that's the plan for now. Set your reminders. But that's my thoughts. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Want the latest Apple news, leaks and rumours? Subscribe and ring the bell.